Now, with the economic crisis, many of you are doing whatever you can right now to sell your home, or maybe you're trying to get a great deal on a new home. Either way here, you probably have some questions about short sales and how they work. Joining us live in our newsroom this morning is attorney Barry Miller. Barry, thanks so much for coming in again.
Thank you.
For people still trying to figure out the system right now, what is the short definition of a short sale?
Well, the benefits are that you control your own destiny. It's an alternative to foreclosure. And this is when people are underwater in their mortgage. So, for example, if they owe $200,000 and you find your house is only worth $150,000 and you can't afford to make your payments, you do a short sale. And this involves getting an experienced realtor that can sell your house, and then they we put a package together to go to the lender, and then we negotiate to try to get the best deal. And it's to reduce the amount of potential deficiency that the homeowner will owe.
The short sale idea sounds like a great idea, but the word short really is misleading because sometimes these things take forever. You'll list it, but then you're going back and forth with the bank. People are making offers. They're waiting months. So is there a key to making sure that it really is a short sale?
Absolutely. And it's in my opinion, it's to have a real estate attorney, and that's what we do and we specialize in. And what we do is we underwrite the package. So just like when you get a new loan and the bank underwrites it to see if you qualify, we underwrite the package so that it makes it easier for the lender to qualify the homeowner for the short sale. And this is the biggest problem right now. It's taking a long time. As a matter of fact, just last week, HR 6133 was introduced, and it's called the Prompt Decision for Qualification of Short Sale Act of 2010. And this is going to require, if it passes, that lenders respond within 45 days. But what we've seen is, even though there's requirements for them to do so, they don't do it.
And that is one of the problems. So are there any benefits to the buyer then? Because a lot of people get skittish going into this. They see that the price looks like it's a great deal, but they just don't have the time to wait and wait and wait. They're ready to buy a house. So are there things that can help a buyer?
Well, for the buyer, they get a great deal, and they have to be patient. That's key on it. And one of the keys also is for the buyer is to find out from the seller who's negotiating their short sale. If it's a qualified real estate attorney, there's probably a better chance that it's going to get done quicker and it's going to get done right. Now, there's also some benefits that the government has for the sellers.
My question would be, I would guess that a lot of people at home who are going through a short sale or a foreclosure are saying, I just don't have the money to make my payments. I don't have the money for an attorney. What would be the average cost for a home buyer to go into this, get an attorney so they can get the sale done quickly?
Well, it's very, very affordable. For example, we only charge the seller $250. The balance of it gets paid for by the bank, and it comes out of the proceeds of the sale. Now, there's some other good government programs. Yesterday, we talked about the HAMP program for modification. If you get turned down for that program, then you qualify for another government program called HAFA. And that it actually gives the seller $3,000 for moving expenses, which is a great program. Now, the other big benefit is if you qualify under HAFA, there's no deficiency. This is the biggest benefit, and this is what scares people the most. And if they qualify under this program, they don't have to worry about it. And again, it's controlling your own destiny.
All right, so $3,000 goes to closing costs for the seller, and then it helps your credit in the long run. Is there any reason the bank would want to offer a short sale as opposed to letting the house go to foreclosure? Is there any benefit for them?
Yes. Let me correct one thing. The $3,000 does not go towards the closing costs. It actually goes to the seller to help them with moving expenses so that they can move from the home into a new place. The benefits are on your credit, because on a foreclosure, your credit's going to get hit about 200 to 250 points. But on a short sale, your credit only gets hit about 100 to 125 points. The bank also reports to the credit bureau that your loan has been settled for a lesser sum. So if you have other credit like credit cards, car loans and things like that, then and keep paying on those, your credit will get built up very, very quickly after the short sale. So the short sale is definitely the way to go. There's a lot of details on here, and there's a lot of terms on here. It's worth it for viewers to check it out and to learn and get educated about all these alternatives, because there's great alternatives to a foreclosure.
Alternatives very much in favor of families right now needing some help. Attorney Barry Miller, thanks so much for coming in and answering our questions.
A lot of interest.